previous government publicly listed the projects for fast tracking when it went to select committee.
Yes.
Your government is not doing that. Is that democratic?
Well, I think it's completely legitimate. Actually, what we're doing is going through a transparent process. I mean, how did those 17 projects make its way into the bill last time? No one actually knows. Basically, the government just went around and found some projects.
But the public had the say, had some say through the select committee process.
Yeah, well,
this time the public's just stumbling around in the dark. We have absolutely no idea what kind of projects are going to be.
I'd argue we're running a more transparent process in the sense that we're getting an independent group to have a look at it, separate from ministers. They'll provide the advice to ministers. But as I say, we're considering whether or not we should put that project list before the committee so that people can have a say on that. So I'm not ruling that out. I think I hear what you're saying, and there's a legitimate point around that. The issue is that I've got is that the select committee will become overwhelmed by the projects rather than the mechanism of the law itself. But we're just working that through, so I'm not ruling it out.
Will projects that were previously rejected by the courts be eligible for fast tracking?
Yes, they will. That will be over to applicants. And there also may be situations where people have current resource consents through that are partway through the process that may wish to withdraw and resubmit through the fast track process. That'll be over to the applicants.
Is it appropriate for ministers to use ministerial discretion to essentially overrule judicial decisions?
We're trying to change the system. I make no apologies for it. We are deliberately disrupting the system. The status quo is failing New Zealand. It just is. It costs too much to do things. It takes too much time. It costs too much money. It's holding New Zealand back. We were elected as a government on a mandate to do things, to make it easier to get geothermal up and running, more wind, more housing, more mines, more aquaculture. We make no apologies for it. This is deliberately designed to disrupt the system.
And what if it goes wrong? What if you make the wrong call? What if you give something a consent that would not otherwise have got a consent and it causes who knows what kind of environmental damage?
I think there will be projects that will be granted consent that would not otherwise have got a consent under the status quo. Frankly, I hope that's the case. That's why we're doing it.
And my question is, what if it goes wrong? What if you, as minister, exercising discretion, make the wrong call and it ends up causing massive environmental damage?
Ultimately, the public will be able to judge the performance of the government in late 2026. That's how our democracy works. We're putting our cards on the table. We think the status quo is wrong. We're changing it. We're making it easy to do things. If people don't agree with that, well, they can throw us out in 3 years' time.
Why isn't the Minister for the Environment able to make any decisions here?
Because this is primarily an economic development statute. So it's the Minister for Infrastructure, which is currently me. Shane Jones is Regional Development, and Transport, which is Simeon Brown.
Doesn't impact the environment.